Right, and Hunter Wright, and she's the daughter and Hunter's the grandson of General Garden, and Ann is the director of the Firehouse Shelter. Please welcome the National Veterans Day volunteer.
Hello, and welcome to the 67th Annual National Veterans Day Parade, the nation's oldest in beautiful downtown Birmingham, Alabama. It's November 11th, 2014, and you're joining us as the parade makes its way up 19th Street to pass the viewing stand in front of City Hall. But before we talk about the parade, we have some very important people we want to thank. The live stream, television broadcast, and permanent archive of today's parade are made possible by these fine Birmingham area sponsors. They salute the men and women of our military for their brave and dedicated service to our country. We want to thank Al's Deli and Grill, Edwards Chevrolet, Lycus Integration, Levy's Fine Jewelry, Amerson Events, and Marco Incorporated, and the many gracious donors who love our city and its history, our country, our veterans, and all the things that this parade represents. We thank you.
The Assistant Adjutant General for the Alabama Army National Guard.
And now we join the 67th Annual National Veterans Day Parade. I'm Karen Day, and this is my co-host Mark Cummings, along with Melissa Goff, who is out in the crowd. And we are glad to be back with you for another very bright November day. This year, you're probably wondering what you're seeing on your screen. They've reversed the route for the first time in years, and now everyone's coming north from the center of town, so we get to see a quintessential view of Birmingham with Red Mountain in the background.
It is an absolutely beautiful day for a parade here in Birmingham. Last year, beautiful in 70. Again this year, beautiful in 70. Good breeze this year to kind of keep things a little cooler than it was last year. I'm excited about this year's parade. Excited about being back with you for the second year.
Absolutely. Ain't no place like Birmingham.
Absolutely. The oldest parade, 67 years running. That's absolutely fantastic. And I am glad to be a part of it here with you and all these thousands of people along the parade route.
Okay, this is a sign.
We like to see these police officers.
Yeah. I wonder how slow he can go without turning over. Heavy, heavy.
We don't want to see that.
There was a solid black BMW motorcycle over there. I don't know who that was. So we have the Birmingham Police Department, and also Raymond Weeks' family is going to be with the parade banner. Now, what I want to tell you is that Raymond Weeks is the fellow back in 1947 determined that it would be National Veterans Day to recognize veterans of all wars and of all service, not just World War I.
We do have a lot of entries in this year's parade. I'm so happy to, I don't know where those
That's a good thing.
Fireworks were from. So we got sirens now and the trains coming through all at the same time.
Man. Well, once again, Raymond Weeks and his family will be coming very shortly. And there's a street right behind City Hall that's between City Hall and Lynn Park. It's called Short 20th. And they're not going to change the name, but it will become the Raymond Weeks Memorial National Veterans Day Drive.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a green sign. So we can still go, hey, I'm on Short 20th.
Right.
But it recognizes Raymond, and it's right near the memorial that they put up for him.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I have a feeling we should wait.
We probably should wait. We're going to give you just a second to enjoy the sounds of the Birmingham Police Department.
Yes.
The Command Center, Tactical Command Center of the Birmingham Police Department. You probably don't want to see that in your neighborhood. You don't want to see the second vehicle for sure. And here come the flyover.
Yes. Well, there it went. That was the first of 3 flyovers
And they were 3.
Right. We wanted very much for them to fly north on 19th Street. And guess what? We're under the tent.
There they are.
Yes,
There they are.
They're flying south on 19th Street, heading toward Vulcan. And this flyover is of antique planes.
They had 3 Mustangs, 3 T6 Texans, and 2 Yaks will be showing their stuff all through the afternoon.
What are we looking at there?
That was gorgeous. That is actually, it's like a drone cam. It's someone's personal cam. I don't know if you remember back when it snowed this year, there were lots of videos of people doing that. So that's actually someone's.
I think that's Kevin Henderson. I think he wanted to do this today. Yeah, he's got a fabulous drone. And here we have more of the Birmingham Police Department, the Mounted Division. One of those horses' name is Pistol. I think one of them's Bullet.
And as Karen said earlier, here's the National Veterans Day banner carried by the Raymond Weeks family.
Under the direction of Chief A.C. Roper, who also serves as a general in the Army Reserve. Members of you heard earlier that the National Veterans Day was founded here. These are members of Raymond Weeks' family carrying the brandy.
Yeah, you can hear Mike Oakley, fabulous man.
Mike
you see,
was saying earlier
he's
done this for 17 years. He's emceed right here out in front of the grandstand for 17 years running.
There's Kathy Culverson. Yeah, the lady that's right in the middle, who's looking the other side of the street right now, that's Kathy Culverson, and she is the Secretary-Treasurer of National Veterans Day in Birmingham, and she just received the honorary status of Colonel last night along with Mark. And here we have more of the Raymond Weeks family with a fabulous, fabulous car.
The Weeks family, they're followed. We're honored for the brave marshal today is Deputy Secretary Sloan Gibson. Big hand. Big Alabama welcome.
And there we are looking at the Deputy Secretary of the Veterans Administration and former Birmingham citizen, Deputy Secretary Sloan Gibson. So we had Raymond Weeks family on the 60th anniversary.
Pretty big deal to have Deputy Secretary Gibson with us here as our parade grand marshal. He'll be stepping out of the car now and going into the grandstand.
That's the thing that we've done differently this year, is that in reversing the route, everybody many of them have gotten to be in it, and now they're going to come sit on the viewing stand and watch the parade go by.
Absolutely. There's our friend Jeff Hester.
Being escorted to the reviewing stand by Mr. Hester. Deputy Secretary Sloan Gibson, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Deputy Secretary Sloan Gibson. He's been in that post since February of this year.
Coming back to
and last night he was talking about how things have truly improved and how people are needing to wait no more than 30 days from the date they would prefer to see the doctor.
That's fantastic.
They're speeding up a lot and making sure that people get well. As a matter of fact, last night I heard that the Veterans Administration online pharmacy has been voted the #1 online pharmacy of all in America.
That's absolutely fantastic.
The private practice, including all the others.
Kind of interesting to see his Secret Service detail as well.
On a golf cart.
Well, some of them on a golf cart and some of them are right here with him.
If I could ride a golf cart, I would take just about any job. Yes, and now we have the...
That's being carried by the Ramsey High School JROTC program.
Up next, we have the Ramsey High School Junior ROTC. Fine-looking men and women there.
And their marching band. Ramsey High School is one of the original Birmingham high schools. It sits high on Red Mountain, just under Vulcan, and it's in all of the skylines that you shoot from Red Mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. And you ought to hear that choir sing, buddy.
Yeah.
They've got a strong musical
They've got a
program.
huge JROTC program because the band is way up the block.
There is a whole lot of pride in that school.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. They've had to change. Everyone has had to change after all these years. All of the marching units are told eyes right to pass the stand instead of eyes left.
There you go.
So they're all trying to keep their chin pointed toward us. Did you know that when they're measuring how fast to march, they talk about taking 30-inch steps?
I didn't know
say,
that.
We want 20 30-inch steps per minute.
Wow.
And I think everybody kind of gets used to that.
Now coming up to the block here, we've got the Ramsey High School Marching Band.
This is the 7th year for Mrs. Dye's, the band director. It is Mrs. Dye's 36 years of teaching bands and orchestras in the Birmingham and New Orleans public schools. She is a product of the Birmingham City School System. She's assisted by Mr. Scotty Safe, who is drumline coordinator. The Ramsey Marching Band is indeed the blue pride of the south side of Birmingham, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ramsey High School Marching Band.
Here they come. And they're doing a joint color guard. Sometimes there are two, but we're going to combine for today. And here they come.
Here they come. I hope they stop here in front of the grandstand and play a good song for Deputy Secretary Sloan and the rest of the dignitaries in the grandstand.
If you know it, sing it. It's the Army song.
And there they are, the Ramsey High School Marching Band and Color Guard following them up.
Excellent. And here come the Boy Scouts with all 50 flags of the United States of America. Packs 397, 357, 776.
Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine.
Actually, that's just the joint color guard there.
Oh, that's the... I thought they made it look like it was going to be Ramsey High School's joint color guard.
All right, right now on your screens, you're seeing Miss Alabama, Caitlin Brunel. Absolutely lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alabama, Caitlin Brunel.
It's a lovely car she's riding in as well.
I know. I think my Aunt Pat used to have one of those.
Roll Tide, Miss Brunel, roll Tide.
And hers was just about that shiny.
And following behind her, the Southern Museum of Flying honors the Doolittle Raider, Lieutenant Colonel Dick Cole.
There are certain things that you ought to Google
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
after this parade if you don't know. Doolittle's Raiders were the ones that did the first raids on Tokyo after Pearl Harbor. And you are looking at Doolittle's actual co-pilot. And I think he's 99 years old right now. Last night, we wanted to know what he thought when they had to bail out, because on those raids, they made it clear that they had only enough fuel to get there. They did not have enough fuel to come back.
Wow.
And they knew that they were going to either crash or bail. And that's exactly what they did. And obviously he survived.
Absolutely. There are the 50 state flags presented by the Boy Scouts of America, Packs 397, 357, 776, 322, and Cub Scouts of Princeton, Hayden, Vestavia.
And many more. I know Pack 776 has its soapbox derby float coming up.
The 22nd from Hueytown, Alabama. Looks like a bunch of future Golden Gophers to me. Cub Scout Pack 776 from Liberty Park.
Yes, and they're the ones that have their soapbox derby float. That is the cutest thing I've seen in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, following the Cub Scouts is the future in biodiesel, free energy.
Yes.
We've got lots of Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts coming up the street now.
It goes on and on. I am so glad that so many people are still involved with the Boy Scouts of America.
Pack 100 from Gardendale, Alabama. Out of Vestavia Hills, there's pack number 1. Cub Scout, pack 397. Homewood, Alabama. Southampton Elementary, pack 3142. We are pack 11.
Yep, and there they are from Southampton Elementary. Something that was said last night is that the future of our military has to do with how the young people see our veterans being treated, whether it's with respect or not really taking care of them, not really giving them good respect. Then young people, and here comes, sounds like there's the second flyover. They're flying past Alabama Power right now. They look beautiful, glistening in the sunlight. It's impossible for us to catch them because they cross the street so fast. But it is beautiful.
And that was an east to west flyover there. Still lots and lots of Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts troops.
Sorry, wrong mark.
Our future leaders. Right now, I believe you're seeing Princeton Elementary Cub Scouts for the Birmingham Public School System. Lots and lots of young men coming out on this day out of school to show their pride in their country and the veterans.
Cub Scout Pack 404.
And here they are,
There's
more and more and more.
Cub Scout Pack 404.
Yep. So JP, are we able to hear, if I put my microphone, would we be able to hear them talking as they go by? No?
Pack 220 out of Alabaster.
Can you let us know when they're about to come again?
Cub Scout Pack
There's one more
95
flyover,
from
yes.
Homewood.
Is it coming from the south? Any minute. So now I have it from, what's it called? The boss, the air boss. I have it on authority from the air boss that there is one more flyover of our beautiful antique airplanes today, and they're going to be coming right up the street the way the parade is coming. They're going to be coming from the south. And I'm very excited because with a heads up, you get a glimpse of what we all get to see today. And it's going to be 3 P-51s. My goodness. I'd certainly get out of the way if that horn honked behind me.
Absolutely. Lots of Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts.
And here they are.
There they go.
Look at them. They're crossing 19th Street.
They're going from east
and
to
they're going
west.
to go on the, look, Brian, look up. They're going to go on the other side of the Bell South building. Here they come again.
With their smoke.
How many of you remember that motto? On my honor, I will do my best. Out of Pleasant Grove, Alabama, Cub Scout Pack 120.
Is that the last flyover we'll have today, Karen?
JP, is that the last flyover we'll have? Is that the last one?
What's that?
Is that the last flyover?
Yeah, there should be 3 more planes.
Oh, good. There's 3 more. And they're
Oh,
crossing.
wonderful.
They're not coming north. They're going to cross to the west. Yeah.
JP Dice is communicating with the planes and letting us know what's going on. Lots of Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts.
And you haven't lived until you have seen a bunch of little soapbox cars racing down a hill.
It looks like Pack 44.
It's so sad when yours doesn't win.
All right, Karen, now we've got the veterans of the Battle of the Bulge. Battle of the Bulge in December of 1944 to January of 1945. Riding today, we've got Vern Miller, Max Harrington, and Stumpy Watson.
Bloodiest battles in the history.
And walking.
World War II, veterans of the Battle of the Bulge.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we salute you.
That is another one I want you to write down. If you are young enough that you're not familiar with what that is, the Battle of the Bulge lasted for about 13 months. It was in 1944, December to January. I'm sorry. 2 months, December 1944 to January 45. And riding today, Vern and Max and Stumpy all were involved, and the Americans were able to hold back the enemy. They were quite outnumbered, and yet they did it. And it was a big, big, big.
All right.
It was just big.
Max Harrington.
Up next, the Dixie Division. Karen?
Right. Do we see Mike Hipwell? Yes, Mike's coming. Mike Hipwell is dressed as a World War II 101st Airborne soldier, and he's retired U.S. Army. That's him waving right now.
And here are the Dixie Division, fellas.
The Dixie Division, named after World War II 31st Infantry. They preserve all eras of military vehicles for education and historical importance. Today we see their president, Ronnie Guin, and Vice President Johnny Lawrence. Thank you to the Dixie Division for bringing their vehicles and being a part of the 67th Annual Veterans Day Parade.
Representing the U.S. Air Force. We know they didn't walk anywhere. That's the Dixie Division Military Vehicles Club.
There are a lot of things I mean to do, and the year goes by, and I see them, and I'm so filled with curiosity. it says all eras of military vehicles, and I always wonder how far back and what sort and where they put them.
The vehicles look absolutely fantastic down here from street level.
Mm-hmm. When I was a little girl, I'd play with my brother's Matchbox cars, and that Jeep looks just like one of them.
Following the Dixie Division,
All right.
is the entry from CSC Roofing, proud supporter of National Veterans Day owners.
Right now, you are looking at the Veterans Day logo for 2014, and it's being pulled by the CSC Roofing truck. And they are, CSC Roofing is Mark Ryan, Kathy Culberson,
As well as their families.
and they want very much to support and honor all of our veterans, military units currently serving, and their families. I want personally to thank them for our little bandstand up here.
Absolutely.
It's fun.
We have enjoyed our grandstand today.
Yeah, climbing up and down is fun too.
It's wonderful. We've got a Bessemer fire truck here.
Yes.
Mayor Terry Odom from Mountain Brook. Big hand for Terry Odom.
And this is
I'm sorry,
Southern.
this is Bessemer. It's Brewster, New York. I'm sorry.
They've hopped out of order, supporting veterans one community at a time. The Southern Vintage Fire Apparatus Association. You ought
There's
to
City
see.
Councilwoman Kim Rafferty.
Yes. You ought to see some of those old fire engines. They're really something. And this is the 117th Air Guard.
That's the 117th Air Refueling Wing.
My dad used to fly tankers,
Right here in Birmingham,
refuel the
Alabama,
fighters.
performing vital missions around the
He was a
United States
navigator.
and around the world.
He's tried to teach me how to shoot with the stars.
I believe we're going to talk to our friend Melissa, who's running around on the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Alabama.
109, you ready for me?
There she is, Melissa.
There she is.
I hear her.
Hey, hey.
Hey, lady, where are you?
We're down here on the street, and we've got the University of Alabama Saber Drill on the way. ROTC's been at the University of Alabama since World War I, and Lieutenant Maxwell, for whom the Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery was named for. He trained in the U of A ROTC in 1947. The National Cadet Program formally split into the Army and the Air Force.
That's right.
And with separate ROTC programs. As for Alabama, though, two of the first women for the Air Force pilot training were commissioned through the University of Alabama. That's the AFROTC. Very proud of that. In the ranks of the alumni of this detachment, there are generals, lieutenants, teachers, lawyers, business people, as well as scholars, and they're all leaders in their own calling, and they're good citizens and Americans, and here they are. Enjoy.
Yeah, people don't always think about how Army and Air Force were all one thing for a long time. And like you said, right back in 47, they actually split into the Army and the Air Force.
Up next, we have the Gulf Training Division.
Across the United States, as well as the Pacific Rim.
My goodness.
The Gulf Training Division of the 73rd.
Lots of men and women in uniform this afternoon. So glad to have them with us and to be here to celebrate them as well.
I'm trying to decide how they feel about the end of the parade versus the beginning, because normally we see them right as they've begun.
I'm sure they're a little more tired than they normally are by the time when we see them. This is more of the Gulf Training Division.
Following in is the Navy Operational Support Center, Bessemer, Alabama. It's the only Navy Reserve Center in the entire state of Alabama. Provides support to over
And now you see the Navy Operational Support Center.
active duty personnel. Mission is to generate mobilization readiness by providing administrative services, supporting the world-class customer service to reserve personnel in support of surge and operational requirements for the Navy and Marine Corps team and joint forces. We are ready now, anytime, anywhere.
That's a wonderful catchphrase. Helping the Navy be ready now, anytime, anywhere. Navy Operational Support Center. Woodlawn High School veterans of World War II. There's 16 men still that meet regularly from Woodlawn High School that were in World War II. They're good friends. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, they were renovating the gym, and they went back into a room. They were clearing things out, and they found a beautiful, beautiful plaque that had the names of all of the Woodlawn students who had gone on to serve in World War II and had actually died in the war. And they cleaned it up, and it still exists. And then they started going around to see if one of those existed in other schools in Birmingham, and it did in several of them. Mark, now we have, I say these people are the winners of the contest for the number of units in the parade. They are labeled A through V. This is the American Legion, all posts. And let me tell you, they have turned out for the parade today.
Department level, Department Commander, Division Commander Wayne Stacy and Donna Stacy, Department Senior Vice Commander, Veteran of the Year David Hartline, Unit 62 Auxiliary President.
We've got the National Executive Committeemen and Department Executive Committeemen Willis Frazier and Christana Frazier. We also have Hardwick Hall, Carol Reed, Wayne and Donna Stacy, Greg Akers, Braxton Bridgers, Carla Baker, and Wayne Baker, their auxiliary president. I mean, these people have all turned out. The names I'm reading were the National Executive Committeeman, an alternate National Executive Committeeman, another National Executive Committeeman. They come here because we're the first. We are the first National Veterans Day Parade. Plus department commanders, department past commanders, department past auxiliary presidents, Sergeant at Arms, 21st District Commander.
Sergeant at Arms, 21st District.
That's Rick Waller and Kiana Waller. I love that happy little vehicle. Beep, beep.
I am loving some of these floats and Jeeps and cars are absolutely gorgeous.
I'll bet Rick Waller's got some good air
Carrying
conditioning.
these dignitaries.
Yes.
Crystal Jones and Freddie Jones.
Crystal and Freddie Jones.
21st
21st District County Commander Donna Brown. 21st District Adjutant Gene Justice.
Gene Justice.
Oh my goodness. Here's Crystal.
Crystal Jones there, the
I wonder
vice
if
commander.
Freddie's got the sign on the other side. Does that car come with the position? And here's Donna Brown.
Donna Brown, County Commander.
And here we go with Gene Justice.
You were saying earlier this is A through V. That was K. So lots of the American Legion in our parade this year. So glad to have them with us.
Yes, and they're driving a lot of Corvettes.
Yes.
Oh God, the horns.
Roger Barker.
Yes, he's the Fairfield commander. They've got well, we want to say thank you to Jernigan Enterprises for giving up their Tuesday afternoon.
For the Fairfield American Legion Post 137.
Look at that. They're on eye level with me. This is awesome. And the riders.
Now, the motorcycles, American Legion riders began in Michigan in 1993. Since then, this post 347 has continued to ride in support of the four pillars of the American Legion: Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and our Youth. We thank them for being here, riding their beautiful motorcycles today.
Yes, yes. And they don't just ride them on Veterans Day. They ride them all over the country in various parades and participate in various things. A grateful nation remembers. Mark, you can see. Who do we have?
That's just the American Legion coming up. The American Legion Post 911. Leroy Dove is up next.
American Legion, Post 911 out of Hoover.
That's Commander Ron Bradstreet and Sergeant-at-Arms Joe Roca. Auxiliary President Irma Peterson, Detachment SAL. Commander Lamin Giddens. And the Director Karim El Amin. And that is the Leroy J. Dove post.
Karim El Amin. Commander J.T. Pate.
Wow. JT Tate doesn't have to undecorate that thing till after Valentine's Day. He's got the red and white on.
Unit 1, American
Here we
Legion
go.
President,
Connie Demand, the American Legion President, Unit 1. What a great day.
It's a perfect day for parade here.
Legion Post 255.
The high is going to be 40 some odd degrees in 2 days here in Birmingham, and today it's 72 and beautiful.
Okay, you just told me something I didn't know. Thank you for the heads up.
Not a problem. The high is supposed to be 42, 43 degrees
Birmingham
on
does that.
Thursday. It's going to be very cold this weekend. American Legion Post 255.
Libby Medicus, analyst for the Government Management Services. Mark and Libby, welcome to Alabama. Welcome to the National Veterans Day. In Birmingham, big hand for Mark and Libby. American Legion Post 107, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a in allegiance to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Known.
Yes, we saw that back in March up in Washington, D.C., and that is something. Oh, that.
This is brought us to us by American Legion Post 107 from Leeds. Known but to God, the unknown soldier.
And more of the riders, the American Legion riders. I would honestly say one of the most impressive things to visit in Washington is definitely the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. They're guarded 24 hours a day.
There's Post 113 out of Terrence City. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
And they guard.
More Legion riders with the cool bikes. BW House Howell Post 171. No soldiers left behind. Led by President Joanne Miller.
Here's American Legion Post 171.
No soldier left behind.
Nice vintage automobile there. This is Post 171.
Post 327, Lester Reason.
The American Legion keeps coming. They do not mess around. This is the one in Fairfield.
Yes, it is.
This is the largest minority chapter in the area with over 400 members, and they meet on Gary Avenue in Fairfield.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes. And they will be heard.
This is Jerry Robinson, the President Auxiliary.
Yes. Goodness.
More motorcycles coming up. It's going to get loud here for just a second, I have a feeling.
Well, they certainly know. His mama knows when he gets home for Sunday lunch, right?
Absolutely.
I hope you can hear all the horns. there's one of those three-wheeler scooter things.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Leeds, Alabama, post 400.
And there's post 400 out of Leeds. A grateful nation remembers.
Commemorating the Vietnam War.
Here, it looks like we have a break in the parade before our next entry.
Well, I want to tell you then, when I'm not holding down my papers, I really want to tell you. And the next is the riderless horse, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I can go into detail. The history of the riderless horse dates back many centuries. In the United States, the black riderless horse is presented in funeral processions of officers of the United States Army and Marine Corps, the only services that actually rode horses. The saddle and bridle are genuine replicas of the Civil War cavalry officer's horse. The tradition of the reversed boots that you see is from the ancient Greek funeral custom of reversing the order of things from what they are normally. So when a body is taken to the place of burial, firearms are reversed, the precedence of those who follow the coffin is reversed, and the boots and the stirrups of the riderless horse are reversed. The black riderless horse is sent to the 2014 National Veterans Day Parade.
The black riderless horse is sent to the 2014 National Veterans Day Parade for Joy O'Neill of the Red Barn in Leeds, Alabama. And is led by Second
Yes, from Red Barn in Leeds.
Stephen Vance, Alabama National Guard Military Funeral Honors Detail. Ladies and gentlemen, stand as the
And it's being ridden by Stephen Vance of Alabama National Guard. The white riderless horse, following the black one, is an historic entry to the National Veterans Day Parade. A white riderless horse. This one was presented for the first time here in Birmingham in 2006. Do we see?
Processions of officers in the United States Army and Marine Corps.
So you can see his boots are backwards.
Absolutely gorgeous animal.
Yeah, I would definitely have taken a break after the motorcycles before bringing
Yeah.
that beautiful horse down the street.
Thank you. Commemorating Alabama's National Cemetery in Montevallo, Alabama. Blue Star Salute Foundation.
Up next is the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo, Alabama. Blue Star Foundation.
Also wreaths across America, honoring those who serve, the men and women of the armed forces who put themselves
Blue Star Salute Foundation is the program leader for Wreaths Across America at the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo. Saturday, December 13th at 11 a.m. they will lay a flesh balsam wreath on each veteran's gravesite. Please join them as they pay tribute to Americans' heroes.
Yes, there are. You can Google that, as a matter of fact, Wreaths Across America, and participate if you like. You can contribute. You can provide wreaths. You can go and watch the ceremony. It's very sobering.
There's the Greene County High School ROTC, junior ROTC, excuse me.
And they are under the direction of retired Major Glenn L. Monroe, Sergeant First Class retired Timothy Gibbs, and their cadet commander is Lieutenant Colonel Jamar Spencer. The Tiger Battalion has been in existence since 1972.
Oh, here up next, the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Karen. Amazing veterans. This is the Gershon Smith chapter. Commander Roosevelt McCrae and Ladies Auxiliary President Ms. Edith Lee.
The Purple Heart is awarded to members of the armed forces of the U.S. who are wounded by an instrument of war in the hands of the enemy, and posthumously to the next of kin in the name of those who are killed in action or die of wounds received in action. And it is specifically a combat decoration. So.
And then the second float is the Vietnam veterans.
Yes.
Chapter 416, Vice President Ron Becker is riding there.
Followed by the President of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 416.
It's Vice President Ron Becker.
Freddie Jones, the Second Military Services, United States Air Force, from 56 to 61, founder and current president. Vietnam veterans. Birmingham, Alabama.
Vietnam veterans getting lots of applause here from the grandstand and all around. Up next, we have the Jewish War Veterans Post 608.
Oh my goodness, Mark, what have we here?
Representing 40 and 8.
Mike Wood is the chef show de femme, Mike Wood. Saw him last night. Mark, you want to talk about the 40 and 8 or you want me to?
You go right ahead.
Okay. During World War I, the French boxcars that carried American doughboys, foot soldiers, to the front held 40 men or 8 horses. And they were emblazoned with a 40/8, 48, a symbol readily understood by American veterans of that era. And now their organizational titles are in French, and they meet in symbolic World War I train depots in honor of their American doughboy founders and all who still serve. And they honor that which in uniform they did defend, mainly freedom of the press, the Fourth Estate, and the voice of democracy.
And from Georgia,
And
Chef de Guerre.
Grand Chef de Guerre. I can say that. I was trying to say the Society of the 40 Men and 8 Horses. I couldn't do it. I listened to it. You know, you could get the computer to say it in French. Just get ready. I think the first time that Rusty heard this train horn, his camera jiggled. It's going to get loud.
It's going to get extremely loud. There it is.
Out of
There
that
it
little
is.
bitty cannon
It got
comes a
me,
mighty
even
noise.
Even though I knew it was going to happen, it still got me.
I know, I got goosebumps.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'd say.
All right. Up next, we have the American Gold Star Mothers.
Star Mothers.
Lost children in combat.
The ultimate sacrifice, and all the pictures of the ones that they sacrificed for the love of the country.
Yes, and this is a national organization, the American Gold Star Mothers. We have
All right. And up next, Melissa's going to tell us about our next entry.
All right, we have the Gold Star Families Incorporated headed this way.
and then the Gold Star Wives of America. Melissa, is it my imagination, or are there more people on the street than there were this time last year?
There are so many more people on the street this year. It's great. It's so much of a more happy vibe. You've got more people that are excited to be here and see all the folks that have given so much for our country. It's really an awesome vibe down here.
And up next, we have the BBVA Compass, committed to honoring our nation's heroes and serving them with a variety of specialized financial services. Thank you, BBVA Compass, for being a part of this Veterans Day Parade. Lots of their employees walking on their day off. It's a day off for them, and they're out here walking to support our veterans.
Yes. Got Jackson Olin High School, which is
Commanded by Lieutenant Colonel.
They were voted the top high school marching unit in the 2013 National Veterans Day Parade, and their drill team competed in the National High School Drill Team Championship this May in Daytona Beach, Florida. That was fantastic.
Drill team competed in the 2014 National High School Drill Team Competition.
Up next, we have the Jackson Olin High School Mean Green Marching Machine.
I think they're going to perform for us.
I believe they are as well.
I hope so.
We're going to take just a second and listen to the Mean Green Marching Machine from Jackson Olin High School right here in Birmingham. Wonderful job there by the Jackson Hole High School Mean Green Marching Machine from right here in Birmingham.
I learned a new phrase. It was a tuba salute. And bands do that sometimes, and you better not be the guy on the close-up cam when they do that, because it comes all the way off and almost hits the ground and comes back up.
General Manager Karen Jones is Director of Marketing, and they have 15 walkers and riders. It's in memory of our veterans. It's a proud sponsor of the National Veteran of the Year Award for Senior Senator Bob Dole. There are more than 50.
This is the
Vitas. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go right ahead. You've got it.
Well, it's Vitas Healthcare, and they are the proud sponsors of the National Veteran of the Year Award for Senator Bob Dole. And about 1 in 5 Vitas patients is a veteran.
Blue Star Brothers of Alabama supporting troops.
And this is their first year, I believe, being involved.
That's awesome. Up next, we have the Blue Star Mothers of Alabama, supporting our troops, vets, Gold Star Mothers, and our nation. Chapter 1 from right here in Alabama.
We also honor and support all active and veteran military. If a unit is deploying, these ladies are there to see them off. If they are returning from an employment, they are there to see them return. They've marched in every Veterans Day parade since the chapter was formed, and are proud to honor the veterans.
The commander of the state of Alabama Veterans of Foreign Wars.
The state of Alabama, VFW. Calvin Underwood. Tammy Johansson, state VFW auxiliary president. Johnny Waller, Kathy Rose, state VFW auxiliary senior vice president. VFW.
More of the state of Alabama Veterans of Foreign Wars.
1.9 million members and auxiliaries. They can trace its roots back to 1899.
There's Kelly Ingram, commander for Post 668.
Establishes any benefits for Americans, active duty service members, and members of the Guard and Reserves. Alabama Power Company, ladies and gentlemen. The Tesla all-electric vehicle.
That I wasn't expecting.
You cut it off and it continues to
Alabama Power Company.
A Tesla. How fabulous is that?
State-of-the-art technology.
They make no noise at
The
all.
orange Tesla gets 100 miles per gallon. Their 150 is powered by zero.
Alabama Power is a major supporter of all things Birmingham, and all things military, all things historical in Birmingham. More than 80 Alabama Power employees have been called to active duty since 2003. I know 2 of them.
Served in the Gulf War. Thank you, Wayne, for your service. Next.
Beautiful animals. That little guy right there has got it going on, doesn't he?
Yes. Wow. Look at those gold hooves.
Oh, he is having a blast. Now, the Alabama Arabian Horse Association and Outback Trail Riders. The flag bearers there, Jimmy Little and Bill Dingan. They're here because they love their country, their horses, and being outdoors.
Yes.
The High Steppers.
Beautiful, beautiful animals.
That's one of my favorite sounds, is horse hooves on the street.
Oh, absolutely. Lots of the Outback Trail Riders.
So smart that they're not messing up the decal in the middle. You can notice that.
There's a lot of farmland between here and Montgomery, our state's capital. There are a lot of horses between here and there. And there are a lot of horses in the parade today, starting with the Montgomery High Steppers and the Alabama Arabian Horse Association and Outback Trail Riders.
Listen, they are enjoying their time on the horses.
Absolutely.
And the horses are well behaved as well.
Sure are. You can tell the ones that are happy to be out today.
Yeah. Wow. That is an amazing sound to hear on the streets of Birmingham.
Yes. And do you see what I see coming up?
I see them. They are absolutely gorgeous, Karen.
These are Clydesdales. They are owned by Check Into Cash, so they call them the Cashdales, but they're Clydesdales. And this team of horses includes members of the 2010 World Championship team from the National Clydesdale Show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And prior to being acquired by Check Into Cash, 2 of them appeared in several prominent parades and events, including Tournament of Roses Parade we mentioned earlier, and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and they escorted His Royal Highness the Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine, to a private reception in 2012.
Wow.
They're black with white stockings. And the markings on the horses make them very rare among the Clydesdale breed, with only 9% of them sporting this mixture of colors. They're an equally matched team. Each horse stands at 18.2 hands tall and tipping the scale at over 2,000 pounds each. So Check Into Cash chose them for their patience and strength, which are well-known traits of the Clydesdale breed.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
And there's the Check Into Cash mascot.
Riderless boarding stables.
All right.
Yes.
Boarding stables located in Morris, Alabama.
Yes, they offer premier full care horse boarding and training, and they have a work to ride program for youth and a therapeutic riding program for all veterans. So you clean the stables, you ride the horse. You feed them, you get to play with them. I think young people can learn a lot from dealing with horses that don't have to do what they say. Yes. It's like our own version of the fractured fairy tales every time I see that.
And of course, we got to clean up after all the horses. It wasn't that bad today, actually.
No kidding. Thank you for what you do.
They could just go put it in the flower bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss UAB, Melanie Roberts.
This is Miss UAB, Melanie Roberts.
Let's see, she could have ridden a horse. Instead, she chose a pretty car.
Driven by Todd Roberts, U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Can we get a hoorah?
Hoorah. Melanie Roberts,
Hoorah.
escorted by Todd Roberts, U.S. Marine Corps veteran.
Melanie Roberts, Miss UAB, and Todd Roberts, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran.
Hey, look who's coming next. Our very own Birmingham Barons.
Up next, we have the Birmingham Barons.
Big hand for the Barons. They play right down the road. If you get a chance, you need to see them.
And Karen, I understand that this past year, Regents Park actually had the highest attendance in the league, in the Southern League.
And do you know what? For a brief moment, we had the world's oldest and newest baseball parks within just a few miles of each other here in Birmingham.
That's right, Rigwood Field and
Yes.
Regents Park.
That's right.
The Birmingham Barons support our veterans, and Birmingham supports the Barons. I believe this year we broke all attendance records.
I love the race they have around the edge of the field.
I believe this is Harold Roberts and Thurman Ryan riding in the Barons.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, up next we have the Lyman Ward Military Academy.
Oh, wait. They have to get out. These two fellas have walked together in the parade for years and years. And this year they are riding in fine style.
And that was Harold Roberts, World War II Navy vet, and Thurman Ryan, Navy vet.
Yes.
I called him a little quickly. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's just I'm so glad to see them to be on the stand this year. It's good stuff.
They will join our other dignitaries in the special grandstand.
He's going to sing the national anthem.
We're not going to be able to hear him.
I'm so truly blessed to sing the national anthem on my great country. God bless America.
That's good.
My whole sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose host strikes and bright star through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing this with me. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What an absolute wonderful moment here at the 67th Annual National Veterans Day Parade. Mr. Harold Roberts, World War II Navy veteran, singing the national anthem. Absolutely breathtaking. Wow.
Harwell. Big hand for Mr. Harwell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Magnolia Ridge.
That was absolutely... Sometimes the impromptu moments are the best moments, and that was one of those impromptu moments, and it was absolutely out of this world.
He came right from Magnolia Ridge in Gordondale. They have over 13 veterans, Air Force, and 1 Navy veteran. Thank you so much.
They will get back in their limo.
And yes, Magnolia Ridge is a place that both supports and welcomes veterans to their community, and also they have many veterans working there. So they have been there, they have done that, and they know where their veterans are coming from. Wow. Probably not a whole lot of conversation in that thing if they're sitting in the back.
Right?
But it is a Jeep, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm looking at the front bumper, thinking, wow. It may be a stretch limo, but it's still a Jeep, in keeping with the theme today.
A few pictures being taken with several of the dignitaries there in the grandstand.
That's a thing that keeps this separate from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and Tournament of Roses Parade and all the different ones that just go on. There's a whole lot of hometown in this parade.
About this next group, Lyman Ward Military Academy. It's the marching unit, battalion commanders, Captain Coulter Shevlin, Color Guard Commander Richard Tripper, established in 1898. Lyman Ward Military Academy is Alabama's official military high school. The academy offers a fully accredited college preparatory academic program as well as an award-winning U.S. Army Junior ROTC program.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear Mike Oakley, who's the announcer. We've never really stood so close to him before. But he's telling about Lyman Ward Military Academy, which was founded in 1898 in Camp Hill, Alabama. And it is Alabama's official military high school with an award-winning junior ROTC program. And they've won quite a few trophies for their marching, including in this parade, 2012 and 2013. Best marching. Well done.
Dr. Roy Berwick is the president of Lyman Ward. It's located in Camp Hill.
Those fine young men are always at all the Auburn ball games presenting the colors there for the Auburn ball games.
That must be something for them.
Absolutely.
You hear about people when they're practicing to prepare for a big football game, they pump lots of noise into the stadium so they can concentrate with all the noise.
Exactly. All right, there goes the Lyman Ward Military Academy from Camp Hill.
The thing that gets me is how small, how young some of these people are.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fleet Reserve Association.
All right, up next we have
Yay.
the Fleet Reserve Association. Branch 112 was organized in 1956 and continues to grow. Today you see driving the yellow Mustang convertible, U.S. Navy retired Wayne Odell, Southeastern Regional President of the FRA and the MCPO, from Goose Creek, South Carolina. Driving the second car is the U.S. Navy retired Bobby T. Finley and Southeastern Regional President of the Ladies Auxiliary, Pat Succo, also from Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Well, I see their Goose Creek and I raise it with Goose Pond Colony.
From Goose Creek, South Carolina. Fleet Reserve Association Branch 112, Birmingham,
Mark's busy. He missed that.
1956. They have 20 charter members. Now there are 60.
It's not a parade until you can see the cotton candy and the trinkets.
And candy apples. I have seen more candy apples this afternoon.
Have you seen any teeth and fillings sticking out of them?
All right, but I'm going to try one here before the end of the day. I can assure you that.
Yes.
Drivers, Chad Richmond, Department Adjutant, Department of Alabama. Laird Cutler, Commander, Department of Alabama, and his wife, Becky Culver. Commander of the Alabama DAV Auxiliary.
The Disabled American Veterans. The DAV was begun immediately following World War I to recognize the sacrifices of wounded veterans and to help seek assistance in obtaining jobs in medical care. The DAV was chartered in Congress in 1932, and now it has 1.3 million members. And in Alabama alone, there are 33 active chapters with more than 18,000 members providing services to veterans and their family.
33 chapters in Alabama?
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. 18,000 members, 33 chapters in just this state. That is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, they get things done.
By the way, just a fun fact that I've noticed today, in December, Alabama was the 22nd state of the Union. We will be 195 years old, the state of Alabama will, next month.
Really?
Uh-huh. Absolutely. All right.
Trying to decide how I feel about that.
I know, 195 years old, the state of Alabama. Right now, we're going to turn things over to Melissa, who's on the street. She's going to tell us about our next couple of entries.
All right. Hey, guys. We've got the Parker High School JROTC coming through. And right beside them, right behind them, is the Parker High School Band. And we also have some great cadet majors, Elizabeth Duke and Ebony Morris. And then we've got their drum major, Caitlin Law. Let's enjoy that.
Cadet majors Elizabeth Duke and Ebony Morris.
Another JROTC unit. Teaching leadership at a very young age for these fine young men and women.
And here comes the Thundering Herd marching band. Drum major Caitlin Law.
All right, let's take a listen to the Parker High School marching band.
They're one of Birmingham's 11 public schools.
Once again, that was the Parker High School marching band.
Marching band. Vets for Vets. Mark Davis.
Yes, Vets for Vets is a 501c3 nonprofit organization for helping veterans, and their signature fundraiser is held each year at the Talladega Super Speedway over Memorial Day weekend. And here we have their president, Mark Davis, and Ms. Vets for Vets, Sydney Slaughter.
They've raised over $200,000.
They have. They've raised over $200,000 for the purpose of helping veterans.
Followed behind them, Marine Corps League, Lieutenant General Victor Brute, Krulak Detachment, John Thrasher, John O'Malley.
And Brute Krulak Detachment, Brute is the father of Charles Krulak, who is the president of Birmingham Southern College here in Birmingham. And Charles Krulak was
And members of the Howlin' Mad Smith Detachment.
These are absolutely beautiful vehicles.
yes.
Mr. Theron Roberts, ladies and gentlemen. World War II Navy, Mr. Roberts walked this parade for years.
There he is. These are the two that have walked the parade. They wear their Navy uniforms with their little sailor collars.
Wow.
And nobody knew who they were for the longest time. They just showed up and would walk in the parade. They weren't listed, but everybody came to really, really expect them. And we have them recorded from 2012 and 2013, and now they're riding. The Howlin' Mad Detachment with the Marines. Hot
The
Shot.
Howlin' Mad Smith Detachment is named after famed World War II
It's
Marine
named
General
after World War II General Howlin' Mad Smith.
Federal Charter, Marine Corps related veterans group in the country. Our detachment meets every third Saturday, 10 a.m. at the B.W. Howell American Legion, Close 171, from First Avenue North, Birmingham. Joe Finley is the detachment commandant. Hoorah!
We did miss the Young Marines, Youth Marines. I was headed one of their Cahaba Valley Young Marines. We're just ahead of this.
It's hard not to be. It's exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
Something tells me that those guys get together the third Saturday of every month on First Avenue North, and it is not calm. The Rainy Day Patriots.
We, the people fighting to restore our constitutional republic.
Organized to restore our constitutional republic. This is our Veterans Day, and Alabama legislators the watchdog team 6 years to honor our veterans, God and country.
The Rainy Day Patriots is a 6-year-old citizen group organized to restore our constitutional republic. And it's our Veterans Day and Alabama Legislative Watchdogs team's 6th year to honor our veterans, God and country by participating in this parade. This year, they're honored to have the following in their contingent: Mrs. Nadine Forrester, who's a U.S. Army nurse from 1945.
Wow.
Yeah, she was in the 75th Hospital Company. They also have PFC Norman S. Hale, private first class, served 1950 to 53, and he's a Korean POW. Chaplain Ed Birchfield served 1971 to 73 infantry, and 85 to 92 National Guard, and the 711 Signal Battalion. Staff Sergeant Larry Adkins served 1976 to 2000 in the 391st MP Battalion, Marine Police. Guy Carter of the U.S. Army served 73 to 80. He was in the 197th Infantry Brigade, service disabled. And Michael Hart, the host of the Michael Hart Show on WYDE.
All right. Up next, we have from the Southern Museum of Flight, a Bell 47 helicopter. Colonel Richard E. Cole, a considerably decorated pilot who spent lengths of time in China, Burma, India during and after Tokyo raids of 1941, among other lifetime of military achievements. Wow. Decorations include the Distinguished Flying Cross with 2 oak leaf clusters, an Air Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, Bronze Star Medal, Air Force Commendation Medal, and Chinese Army, Navy, Air Corps Medal. Wow.
Yes. We had to condense because that man has done so much in his military career. With him are Master Sergeant Wayne Novy, U.S. Air Force retired, Curator of Exhibits, and Dr. Brian J. Barsanti, Executive Director for the Southern Museum of Flight. That is a place worth visiting.
Wow, this bagpipe player is fantastic as well.
I think he practices on South Side near our studio. We get serenaded sometimes, and I mean that because I love it.
The American Society of Daughters of the American Revolution and Princess Sehoy. And that's the Cahaba chapter.
The state officers of the Alabama Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution participating in the parade are State Regent Constance Grund and State Vice Regent Nancy Folk, riding with Cahaba Chapter State Chaplain Janelle Shannon, and Honorary State Regent Jean Vaughn, riding with General Sumter Chapter. There are a lot. There are 7 vehicles, and they are loaded down with people who mean it. The banner of the Alabama Society Daughters of the American Revolution is carried by Ashley Barton, Lily of the Cahaba Chapter, and the flag recognized, the Lily of the Cahaba Chapter and the flag recognized by the Alabama State Society as a Vietnam War commemorative partner, carried by Callie Hines of Princess Sehoy Chapter.
Fosters patriotism, education, and history in schools. The Princess Sehoy Chapter salutes veterans.
Any woman 18 years of age or older, regardless of race, religion, or ethnic background, who can prove lineal descent from a patriot of the American Revolution is eligible, and there are a lot of people in America that qualify to be Daughters of the American Revolution. The state of Alabama has 67 chapters and almost 5,000 members. The national organization was established in 1890, and the motto is God, Home, and Country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of chapters.
It really is. Well, the families grew. That's what they do.
Thomas Bullock, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam. Members of the Men of the Cahaba DAR chapter dedicate their participation to the men and women who served in Vietnam. Our special guest is Vietnam veteran Tom Barnes.
More Daughters of the American Revolution coming through.
Celebrate America. The General Sumter chapter.
Lots of members of the family there with the General Sumter chapter.
And they have the Birmingham Territory chapter, and last but not least, the Children of the American Revolution. So they have the Cahaba chapter, the Huntsville chapter, Princess Sehoy chapter, Lily of the Cahaba, Sunset Rock, General Sumter, Birmingham Territory chapter, and Children of the American Revolution.
Susan Kraft. Children of the American Revolution.
You know they are. They honk the horn.
Children of the American Revolution.
Yes.
We have the daughters, we have the children, and the sons.
That's right. God bless America.
Absolutely. He did really well on those microphones, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Sons of the American Revolution salutes veterans there. All right. Coming up next, we have the Carver High School JROTC.
Carver High JROTC. This program's under the direction of Master Sergeant Marshal Thomas and Sergeant First Class Kevin Christoph. The chain of command includes Colonel Elise Cole, Brigade Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Sharon Johnson, Brigade Executive Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Takaria Thomas, Battalion Commander, Command Sergeant Major
Yes,
Eric
Carver High
Jimenez.
School Marching Band.
No.
JROTC mission statement is to motivate young people to be better citizens.
Okay. Once again, this is the Carver High School Junior ROTC.
There you go.
All right, fantastic job by the Carver High School JROTC. And it looks like we've got a couple out of order. But right now we're going to jump down to Melissa, who is on the street, and she's got the next entries coming up.
All right, we have the Mid-Alabama Corvette Club, and these are some gorgeous cars.
The Mid-Alabama Corvette Club, absolutely beautiful vehicles. He's got his USA sign up there, that's fantastic. All different branches of the military. Being shown there.
A local charity group that provides wishes for children who otherwise would not be able to attend normal activities. They participated in the Veterans
We have the Navy, the Air Force.
It provides rides for wounded warriors,
It's like the Marines.
dignitaries, Miss Alabamas, and other people who express a desire to ride in America's favorite sports car. We have many veteran organizations such as Mark Davis, a Navy veteran, and is involved
Coast Guard
in
there.
veteran-oriented associations such as Vets for Vets, UAB, and works with John O'Malley, a Marine veteran, on this very parade.
Uncle Sam saw fit to come out today. Makes me happy.
Many veterans who risked all to protect the USA and its way of lives. The Mid-Alabama Corvette Club.
Mid-Alabama Corvette Club.
veterans. Jack Carty, United States Army, World War II. Bill Burris, Tech Sergeant, U.S. Army, 2.
Here are honored veterans up next.
U.S. Army, World War II. He was in the Normandy landing, D+10.
Our honored veterans stopping here at the grandstand.
Richard Fleming, Captain, U.S. Navy, retired. He served from 59 to 93 in the Mediterranean and Eastern Seaboard. U.S. Monrovia, USS Monrovia, USS America, and the USS Harmon. He was an intel officer serving in Norfolk and the Pentagon. And Van Bushnell, USN, 67 to 71.
These are important veterans that you're looking at here in a fabulous Mustang today. Jack Carty, United States Army, World War II, served in European theater. Bill Burris, Tech Sergeant, United States Army, World War II, served in the European theater. And this is in memory of Albert Ellison Sr., United States Army, World War II, served 1943 to 45. Normandy landing, D+10, European theater, 4 Bronze Stars. And in the Mustang, Richard L. Fleming, Captain, United States Navy, retired, and Van Bushnell, United States Navy. And they, one was in Vietnam, and another was an intelligence officer serving in Norfolk in the Pentagon.
All right, up next we have the Celestine Legacy Native Dancers. Absolutely beautiful costumes and dancing. Native American dancers from Chelsea, Alabama.
They have served in the American military with pride and honor. We say thank you to the city of Birmingham for the opportunity to dance in honor of our father, grandfather, brother, and nephew, veterans, for their accomplishments.
Wow. Those are absolutely beautiful costumes. I would have wanted to be dancing all through that parade route like they were.
This is the Colonel Robert Howard Veterans Home.
The Colonel Robert Howard Veterans Home.
Don't you know that's a fun place to hang out? All the way from Pell City, Alabama. PFC Thompson, Specialist Pollard, Corporal Butterworth. Sergeant Scoggins, PFC Pugh, PFC Burke.
Corporal Butterworth, E4 Specialist Pollard, PFC Thompson, Sergeant Scoggins, PFC Pugh, PFC Burke, and Walker. Colonel Robert L. Howard State Veterans Home, Pell City, Alabama, St. Clair County. Yes. PFC Prestridge, Staff Sergeant Taylor, Sergeant Torres, PFC Morrison, and I wonder if he's related to Mike Brummett, Military Police Brummett, all from Colonel Robert L. Howard State Veterans Home. I think that would be some very, very interesting conversation to listen to.
The Love Lady Center, Pray for America.
All right, looks like now we've got the Love Lady Center. They say pray for America, our veterans, our troops, and our leaders.
I am thrilled to my skull. Love Lady Center has really turned out. You have nowhere to turn. You want to start fresh. Love Lady Center will help you. They have a fantastic thrift store too, which is how they raise money to help people start from scratch. They help them find homes, find jobs, find a way to budget, and just grow into more responsible.
They are having a blast.
Yes. And they do have a blast there at the Love Lady Center.
Hey, Mom.
God bless you.
There's a big bunch of happiness.
Yes, huge crew.
In the car is Miss Karen Dice.
And here is Miss Senior Alabama.
Renee Pierce is Miss Senior Alabama.
Well, she definitely does not look old enough to be a senior Alabama. She is absolutely gorgeous.
She barely looks old enough to be allowed to sit on the back of a car like that. Pretty lady.
Absolutely. Miss Senior Alabama 2014, Renee Pierce.
Yes.
She's a reigning Miss Senior Alabama. Clydesdales.
Next, we have the Marion Military Institute.
Coming up is a treat, Marion Military Institute. They're going to have their Corps of Cadets, their band, and the White Knights.
Wow.
Who will do a special
The cadets and the band from Marion, Alabama.
Established in 1842, Marion Military Institute is the oldest military junior college in the nation. Marion Institute. This 2-year public institution educates and trains the Corps of Cadets in order that each graduate is prepared for success at 4-year institutions, including the service academies, with emphasis on providing intellectual, moral, ethical, physical, athletic, and leadership development experiences in a military environment. Over 200 generals and admirals are graduates of Marion Military Institute.
And we've got a very special performance from them. Let's take a listen to the Marion Military Institute Band and Guard. Impressive demonstration there by the Marion Military Institute. Couldn't get that one out. Their drill team is absolutely fantastic, men and women.
As well as the state of Alabama, including the Indianapolis 500 for Sugar Bowl, the United States Air Force Academy drill competition. Recommended by Cadet Jacob Riderless.
Let's take a listen now to the band. This is a huge contingent from the Marion Military Institute.
I'm still trying to get over the more than 200 generals
Wow,
who've come from Marion.
that's amazing.
And they look so sharp.
They do not miss a beat, I can assure you that.
Eyes to the right, eyes right.
I know, right?
Marion Military Institute, ladies and gentlemen. And they are followed by Gadsden City Schools,
Yes.
JROTC Battalion.
And here we have the Gadsden City Schools, JROTC.
Captain Thomas Nally.
led by Cadet Captain Thomas Nally, Cadet Lieutenant Color Guard Cameron East, and the drill team, marching drill team, commanded by Cadet Lieutenant Kayla Watson.
This
This is the 30th consecutive year that the Gadsden City Schools Junior ROTC unit has participated in our Birmingham Veterans Day Parade. 30 years. These Junior ROTC cadets of the mighty Titan Battalion represent the spirit of citizenship from the great city of Gadsden, Alabama. We remember and thank all veterans who have served this great nation. And that is a quote from the Gadsden City Schools Junior ROTC.
All right. Up next, we have the Alabama School for the Blind, their band. Let's see if we can listen in to the Alabama School for the Blind band.
American Rosie the Riveter Association, the Birmingham chapter. The chapter president is Nell Branham. The vice president is Gloria Parvin, and the treasurer, John Powell. This purpose of Rosie the Riveter is to recognize and preserve the history and legacy of working women, including volunteer women, during World War II, to promote cooperation and fellowship among the members and their descendants, and to further the advancement of patriotic ideals, excellence in the workplace, and loyalty to the United States of America. And you can, I can't remember exactly what it takes to be a member of, I think you have to be able to prove that your mother was a Rosie or your grandmother. And the husbands, if you're a son of a riveter, then you can say that you, I'm sorry, I'm hearing an echo of what I'm saying. The sons of the Rosies are called rivets. And I think that's the funniest thing ever. You can be a riveter or you can be a rivet.
All right, Melissa, what do we have coming up next?
Girls 194.
Girl Scouts of North Central Alabama.
North Central Alabama, 194. Sorry about that.
Did Charles Baker just sneak by?
Yes.
Oh, that man enlisted at the age of 17 and has had quite the military career. I wish we could tell you more. A great father and a great citizen.
768.
Lots of Girl Scouts and Brownies there from North Central Alabama.
And the Girl Scout Troop 194. Stacy Woodward is the leader, and Regina Cummings is the co-leader.
While they walk by, I really have to tell you that one of the things about Charles Baker is that he was there at Iwo Jima. I just had to get that in.
Under the command of Master Sergeant
All right.
Casey
Up
Shea.
next, we have the Alabama Army National Guard, their recruiting vehicle.
And you guys better be handing out stuff.
Mike down there hoping people are handing out stuff.
Colonel Chopper.
All right, that's the Alabama Army National Guard. Oh, look at that motorcycle.
That looks like that came from
That
Confederate
Patriot
cycles.
chopper, built by the Orange County Choppers.
Really?
Yes. All right, once again, that's the Alabama Army National Guard recruiting. And then right behind them, we have the Shades Mountain High School Marching Band, the Soaring Eagles.
Shades Mountain Christian School.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Christian school, not high
And
school.
let me tell you, this school has certainly grown over the years. They were small, and they are really turning out the band now.
drum major Kiana Muse. The director of bands is Mr. Adam Paul Brown.
All right, let's take a listen to the Shades Mountain Christian School Soaring Eagles Marching Band.
Yes, the director is Aaron Paul Brown, and the drum major is Kiana Muse. I think we see Kiana getting ready to start them now.
Very nice job of God
Very
Bless
nice.
America by the Shades Mountain Christian School Soaring Eagles Marching Band.
And that band began in 2008 and is made up of 7th through 12th grade students. They participated in several band competitions and performances around central Alabama and other southeastern states. And they participated in collegiate honor bands, district honor bands, and professional organizations performances. They're good.
They are absolutely doing a fantastic job there at Shades Mountain Christian School.
Yes. Coming up next, we have News Radio 105.5 WERC. It is Birmingham's most listened to news talk station and has been for over 30 years. I used to do the traffic with TC and John Ed on WERC and had a great time doing it. That little show was a complete piece of work, and I miss Tommy Charles for certain. Hello to John Ed. The station now is home of well-known national programs like Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck, as well as local programs like Birmingham's Morning News with JT.
There's a Bronze Star Vietnam veteran.
Bronze Star Vietnam veteran. We thank you for your service.
Years in Birmingham, over 118 members, representing over 200 various corvettes.
I've got to say, I did not realize that there were so many Corvettes in Alabama.
All right, everyone. Up next, we have the Winona High School Army JROTC for right here in Birmingham.
Winona High School, JROTC. They are followed by the Winona High School, the Marching Dragons, the band director, Dwayne Moore.
And right behind them, the Winona High School Marching Dragons.
And Nisha Randall. This program
Let's take a listen to the Winona High School Marching Band.
And the Birmingham City Marching Festival, along with best-in-class recognition of local bands.
Once again, that was the Winona High School Marching Dragons from right here in Birmingham. And their cheerleaders coming up behind them as well. All right, up next we have the Divine Dance School of Performing Arts.
Symphonic Band, School of Performing Arts.
They have ballet, tap, jazz, lyrical, hip hop, and character dancing.
And they are led by Makiba Glover and Rosie Parrish.
Girls from all ages there.
Jazz, hip hop, lyrical, theatrical dance, and acting. Cub Scout Pack 152 out of Hayden, Alabama.
Yes,
Josh Wilson, Cub
the Hayden Cub Scouts get things done. Here we have Cub Scout Pack 152 from Hayden, Alabama.
Once again, that was Cub Scout Pack 152.
And in this car is Robert Amos and Kathy Hughes. European Theater in 44 and 45.
Lyman Wayne Amos, 1944, 1945 in the European Theater.
We're followed by the Hoover High School.
All right, here's the Hoover High School Marching Band.
Place of pride, tradition, and excellence.
Yes.
This marching band is
And majorettes and dancers, and drum line, and all that good stuff.
As the marching unit winds, percussion, flags, dancers, there are 270 people in this unit.
Wow.
This band has represented Alabama in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Parade. The competitive marching band has won numerous Best in Class awards and been a finalist in Bands of America regionals multiple times. In addition to an award-winning marching band, the Hoover Band program boasts an elite jazz program that has performed at many prestigious festivals, including the Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic. And the symphonic program at Hoover consists of 3 very successful ensembles that maintain a 17-year history of superior ratings at the Alabama Music Performance Assessment. And let me tell you, that is not easy.
Looks like they're going to give us a song. Let's take a listen to the Hoover High School Marching Band. There they were, the Hoover High School Marching Buccaneer Band. Absolutely fantastic job with their dance team, their majorettes, their color guard.
That's awesome.
Wonderful drum majors.
Definite highlight of the parade for sure.
Absolutely, they did a fantastic job. Smiles on their drum majors' faces for sure, or on their band directors' faces for sure.
3 hots and a cot. Their primary mission is to assist homeless military veterans transitions from life on the streets into a self-sustained lifestyle. And they say it's changing one life at a time. Over 1/3 of the homeless population is veterans. I'll say that again. Over 1/3 of the homeless population in America is veterans, are veterans. Our initiative is not new. It is not that much different from what many organizations are doing across the country. Their initiative is needed. It's not a homeless shelter. It's a gateway to independence. They obtained a 6-bedroom home in Woodlawn in March of 2010. And after extensive renovations of the St. Benedict Veterans Center, they opened up for housing in June of 2010. They have renovated the house, 8 veterans and 1 staff member. They took ownership of a 15-bedroom, 7-bath home in the Center Point area. And they just take one house at a time and help people start fresh and go forward. And they have seen a 79% success rate in the program thus far.
Now let's go down to Melissa on the street with our next parade entry.
We've got the Alabama Goldwing Road Riders, and they are some characters. Let you take a listen to them right now.
We got Robert Brown, the district director, and Frank Teasley, assistant district director of the Goldwing Road Riders. This is the world's largest single marquee social organization for owners and riders of Honda Goldwing and Valkyrie motorcycles, and some would say the world's largest family. The Goldwing Road Riders Association has over 72,000 members in the U.S., Canada, and 53 foreign countries, with 800 chapters managed by over 4,000 volunteer leaders working with members to foster safe and enjoyable riding.
All right, up next we have the Freestyle All-Star Marching Band, freestyle percussion, drum line, and dancers.
This organization was founded by Christian Seltzer with the purpose of providing quality music lessons while instilling positive characteristics like self-discipline, teamwork, responsibility, and creativity. Some of the awards and honors they've received are National Veterans Day Parades, first place in the National Midwest Drill Team, and drumline competition. They performed for Cheryl Underwood, first place in the SMAC regional competition. On anthems reality show, Thicker Than Water, this fall.
That was the Freestyle All-Star Marching Band from right here in Birmingham, Alabama. You want to talk about precision, they got it going on. That was fantastic.
They certainly bring the funk.
And to think about it, they were having a good time doing it too. You could tell.
No
They were
kidding.
absolutely, it wouldn't work for them. They were having a good time.
I love those drums. At the very beginning, I was here and I'm all about that bass. It was a perfect drum line for that song.
Right. Up next, we have the Oaks on Parkwood.
The Oaks on Parkwood, they are a 100-plus acre master plan senior living community devoted to a life full of choices, free of worries. And riding in the Noland Health Services bus today are veterans from the Oaks that have served in World War II, the Korean War, and Vietnam. It's owned and operated by Noland Health Services. And in 2013, Noland celebrated its 100-year anniversary. It operates out of Birmingham and owns various hospitals and senior communities throughout Alabama.
That was the 135th Sustainment Command, sustaining freedom from the Alabama Army National Guard.
It's deployed twice in the last 4 years in support of the global war on terror for both Afghanistan and Kuwait. Major, retired Oliver K. Wallace.
Major United States Air Force Oliver K. Wallace.
Sanders and Mike Wilson. He lied about his age to join the local National Guard unit. He was the 214th Coast Artillery. In 1940,
Can you imagine lying about your age to join the military? People did it.
All right, up next we have the Woodlawn High School, U.S. Army JROTC, the Colonel as they call themselves.
And Bob Wesson is their commander.
He was sent to England with a replacement unit and served overseas. In 48, he was reapplied for flight training and was accepted. Woodlawn High School, JROTC, the Colonel.
Right after the JROTC from Woodlawn High School, we're going to have the Woodlawn High School Marching Band.
Statewide performances. The band strives daily for musical excellence and superior performance. The Woodlawn High School Band makes it happen with pride.
Let's take a listen to the Woodlawn High School Marching Band. That was the Woodlawn High School Marching Band. And Karen, I don't have any information on this Cub Scout troop that's coming up here.
I don't either.
But some fine young men.
It makes no mention. But we're very happy they're with us. Possibly they are out of order in the parade today.
You know who that
Sweet little cub troop. And yes,
In that vehicle is Baby Allen.
I don't want to talk about ZZK just yet. I want to hear what the Cubs have to say. Yeah. There they go.
Saluting the grandstand, the Cub Scouts.
Yes. And here we have WZZK with Rick and Bubba. WZZK has been around since the 80s in Birmingham, and it has been country music the entire time. It used to start out Country Sunshine, WZZK.
All right. Right now we're going to go back down to Melissa, who has our next parade entry.
Okay, we've got the Alabama State Elks Association. A great looking float and a great looking truck full of guys. Very proud to be here.
It's full of guys.
Great. They look so great in their uniform.
It's representing each branch of the military. And the convertible has the state president and his wife. The vice president, their wives, and Emblem Club president. The Alabama Elks Association is proud to recognize veterans from all branches of the armed forces who have served and protected our country during peace and war times. Elks recognize that after serving and protecting our country, many of our veterans return home in the need of a hand up. In 2012-2013, the Elks National Foundation Service Commission allocated over $1 million to fund the Elks National Veterans Service Commission, ensuring the sacrifices of these brave men and women would not be forgotten.
Up next, we have the Salvation Army Emergency Disaster Services, the Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi Division.
Yep, with the mobile canteen and catering truck. Do you know the Salvation Army began in 1865 in London, England by William Booth? During World War I, the Salvation Army provided religious services and donuts to the troops in Europe. And today in Birmingham, the Salvation Army provides services to first responders during fires or natural disasters. The Salvation Army also provides housing to homeless veterans.
Looks like we've got Comfort Care Hospice. They say they honor veterans. Thank them for supporting today. And now we have the Huffman High School Viking JROTC. Huffman High School, the home of the Vikings.
Gary Hamilton is their band director, and Reba Harris is the sponsor. Darian Smith, Franklin, they're the associate directors. Southampton Elementary School.
Who let the dogs out?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who let the dogs out?
That's cute.
Yes. Southampton is from Pratt City, and we're very happy that they survived the 2011 tornado that ripped through their community, and they are still standing and stronger than ever. Football colors are red, white, and blue, and they want to march in honor of their armed forces and show their appreciation.
Premier comprehensive year-round sport, fitness, and recreation programs for severely injured members.
I am so glad to see the Lakeshore Foundation in this parade. They started off with a few and grew, and they are I want to say it exactly as I should, but there is much therapy and retraining for men and women who have been in the military, and they call Lima Foxtrot their brand name. They are the country's premier comprehensive year-round sport, fitness, and recreation program for severely injured members of our armed forces who were injured post 9/11. Initiated in 2006 in response to the significant numbers of injuries from conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan, it served over 1,800 injured servicemen and women and their families in 36 states and territories, and it's right here in Birmingham, Alabama. And
all right,
yes,
up next we have the Huffman High School Marching Viking Band.
Band director, Reba Harris. Auxiliary sponsor,
Good looking in there, green and orange. We saw their JRHCC a few minutes ago. Now it's time to take a look and a listen to the Huffman High School Marching Viking Band.
Has received superior and excellent ratings in various band competition. They received best in class competition trophies. Last year, the band won the National Veterans Day for excellence.
Once again, that was the Woodlawn High School Marching Viking Band. Huffman, I'm sorry.
Well, the marching bands are really bringing it today. Yes. And here we have, drum roll please, how fitting, the Zamora Shriners. I have been waiting all day, all week, all year for the Shriners. I hope they brought their Leapin' Lizzie.
The national race is dedicated to helping children. The membership helps benefit children with orthopedic problems and burn injuries.
Yes, their services benefit children with orthopedic problems and burn injuries across America. They support the Shriners Hospital for Children.
And they're all dedicated to helping children.
That's cute. The Zamora Hillbillies.
I think somebody's family tree didn't branch.
I think somebody honked an amen on that.
What did you want to see a few minutes ago?
The Leapin' Lizzie.
I believe you may see it.
Communication.
There she is.
I would so love to be riding that little thing. Shriners having fun helping kids. Yay! This thing drives me nuts.
And Mr. Jeffrey Hester's going to be proud of his next float.
Yes.
5 veterans served by VA.
Up next, we have the Birmingham Veterans Medical Center.
25 veterans who are cyclists will be riding on behalf of the VA Medical Center, and there are 4 doors for the Medical Center. This is the Birmingham Veterans Administration.
Yes, what you have is veterans served by the VA, employees who are veterans, veterans who are cyclists riding today, on behalf of the VA Medical Center and 4 veterans from the Medical Center. Any way you can look at it. The Birmingham VA Medical Center is part of the Department of Veterans Affairs and has been serving the Birmingham area for 61 years. It serves over 62,000 veterans in 23 counties. And the Birmingham Veterans Administration Medical Center has 9 community-based outpatient clinics, Anniston, Oxford, Bessemer, Childersburg. It goes on. And they operate a 139-bed teaching hospital.
This is the West Hills Elementary School cheerleaders.
The sport of roller derby is very entertaining.
Now this is a favorite group of mine. Some wonderful females. Some of them are friends of mine.
Yes.
The Tragic City Rollers.
And there's Acute Pain.
From right here in Birmingham. Listen, they're having a good time.
And their referee.
Those guys and girls always have a good time.
Oh, yeah, I think that's their referee. It's all girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, they have a fantastic time together. All right. But right now, we're going to take it down on the street. Melissa, what you got coming up next?
We have 106.9 The Eagle. Popular for classic rock, favorite DJs, a definite mainstay in Birmingham.
I remember when it was Kicks 106. It's been around a very long time.
American Red Cross Disaster Relief.
Disaster relief.
That's a little
You see
loud.
that van, you know you're in good hands.
The Department of Veterans Affairs Vet Center.
There's that noble vet center, Department of Veterans Affairs.
Felicia Earl is the team leader, and Marty Job is the Mobile Vet Center driver. They serve Birmingham, Mobile, Huntsville, Montgomery. And vet centers understand and appreciate veterans' war experiences while assisting them and their family members to a post-war adjustment to the community.
There are the AT&T Pioneers. Alabama chapter, their volunteer network, supporting our veterans.
Hand in paw, representing our veterans.
Up next is Hand in Paw.
By a young lady who had an idea and brought it to fruition. Not too many years ago, it's an organization.
Oh, a couple of them in the Hand in Paw. Gorgeous little puppies.
I always love it when I find someone who is taking their pet through the steps to qualify as hand and paw.
Up next is the Magic City Clowns. Their driver, Eddie Gardner, from U.S. Army Vietnam veteran from 67 to 68. The Magic City Clowns having a good time here at the 67th Annual National Veterans Day Parade.
And they've been a part of the Veterans Day Parade for the last several years. It's one of their greatest honors to celebrate our brave men and women who've served our great country. Their driver, Eddie Gardner, proudly served our country in the Army during the Vietnam conflict, and we thank him for his service.
Gentiva Home Health and Hospice. There's Nolan Health Services.
Nolan Health Services, single in the communities. Bill Ray, William Monroe. In their honor. This next one.
Yes. Here we have the 42nd Rainbow Division. Knights of Columbus.
This is the Knights of Columbus on a replica of the USS Lexington.
This next one for Vietnam in honor of the 50th commemoration, 50th anniversary of Vietnam War.
United States of America, Vietnam War, 50th commemoration float.
Cannot believe it's been 50 years.
This is the Southern Vintage Fire Apparatus Association.
And here we have the Southern Vintage Fire Apparatus Association. They, like they say, they take and repair and restore and display and share with all of us vintage fire apparatus. And it works, too.
That one's from Bayou La Battery, Alabama. How about that?
Yes.
Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Pieces of machinery. Still got the wooden ladders on them. How about that?
I need to take lessons from the guy who's steering the back wheel.
That's truck number 3 from the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Services.
Does anybody have a Dalmatian?
I haven't seen a Dalmatian yet.
Southern Vintage Fire Apparatus Association, commemorating firefighters and
Athens Fire Department there.
I so hope that the one that my friend Jerry Northington owns.
Now that's definitely an old, not a fire truck, but a supply truck, support truck. Definitely old.
Wow. Look at that bumper. That goes for days. New Paltz, New York. Fire Department of New York. I like that one.
There's Mr. Fire Prevention.
And there's somebody who's feeling the Little Miss Statue of Liberty.
Alabama Constitutional Conservatives are up next.
Yeah, the Alabama Constitutional Conservatives is a newly formed organization with the goal of engaging, enlightening, and educating the public, particularly the youth, about the importance of the preservation of the United States Constitution.
Does that say Buffalo Soldiers? I'm sorry, I can't read it.
The Buffalo Riders, Buffalo Rangers.
Buffalo Soldiers on their motorcycles. Wow, beautiful lights on those. And as the sun is setting here in Birmingham, you can definitely see them. They're beautiful.
There are about 100 chapters.
They pay homage to the African Americans of the 9th and 10th Cavalry who sacrificed their lives so that the country could be what it is today. This is the Alabama Woodlands Pageantry.
Some beautiful queens there.
Service-based organizations driving these girls is Marine veteran Joe Glazer Jr. These women queens are participating in thanking all veterans.
And then it's the Birmingham Fire and Rescue.
Birmingham Fire and Rescue. Ladies and gentlemen.
When you see the Birmingham Fire and Rescue, you know that the play is over. You know that the Birmingham the 67th National Veterans Day Parade in Birmingham is coming to a close. And with that, we hope that you have enjoyed watching along with us and even learned or remembered a thing or two about our nation's military history. Again, we would like to thank our sponsors, Al's Deli and Grill, Edwards Chevrolet, Lycus Integration, Levy's Fine Jewelry, Amerson Events, Marco Incorporated, and the many gracious donors who love our city and its history, our country, our veterans, and all the things this parade represents. As they say, live local and support these fine businesses. And once again, we wish everyone a very happy National Veterans Day.
And we look forward to seeing you back here once again next year. Until then, visit our website, nationalveteransday.org, and explore the links to learn the history, stories, and reasons behind many of the groups participating in the parade each year. There is so much to be kept alive.
And whenever you can, make sure you thank a veteran. I'm Karen Day, and along with
Mark Cummings
and Melissa Goff, we wish you a happy Veterans Day once again.
Happy Veterans Day, everyone.